Viewers, Namaste. We have with us MD of Gera Developments, Mr. Rohit Gera. And Mr. Gera is known for his extraordinary efforts and his big pathway of last 4 decades in real estate market, not in Pune, I would say at global level. So this Diwali, how Gera Development is doing and how is real estate market doing? Let's check right from Mr. Gera.
Look, the real estate market is doing exceedingly well right now. We had many years and there were a lot of setbacks for the industry. Demonetization, GST, RERA, a lot of these things have had affected the industry and COVID. And as we came out of COVID, the industry finally has seen an upturn after many years of a downturn. I think people realize that it's time to buy. And real estate is something where if people say prices will fall and they don't buy, then sales slow down, then prices do fall. So it becomes self-fulfilling. Now people are saying prices will rise and prices are rising, so people are buying, so more people buy, so more prices go up. So right now we're in the upward spiral.
So it's all perception based?
It's not so much perception based, it's demand and supply based. So if people choose to not buy, then in India there is a tremendous need for housing, right? Whether the need converts into demand or not is the key question.
True.
Right now the need is converting to demand and therefore people are buying the homes. As more and more people are buying, developers are launching projects but prices are going up. So that has been something that we've seen. In addition to this, the other big change that's taken place is because prices were flat to negative for many years, keep in mind during these times, people's salaries continue to go up.
That's true.
Right? So the affordability has gone up. So as a result, today people are buying bigger flats and people are spending more money on those bigger flats. So there's a double impact. As of today, the way things stand as of now, things are strong. There is a strong demand. And if I look a little bit into the future, because I'm sure that's the next question, that okay, this is the past, ab tak kya hua is one aspect, right?
What is after Diwali?
Aage kya hoga is what everybody wants to know, because there's people who are looking to buy.
And is it right to invest after Diwali?
And is it right to invest, right? So look, I think if you ask me what gives me sleepless nights or what gives me a concern is if our prices go up too fast and if we increase our sizes too much. Because you see this, if prices go up from 100 rupees to 110 and if sizes go up from again 100 square feet to 110, this is a 120% or 121% impact, right? And that hits affordability.
So that can pinch the pocket of the
and
buyer.
If that starts pinching the pocket of the buyer doesn't buy. The moment the buyer doesn't buy, now the whole cycle starts slowing down again.
So you have to be realistic also.
I think from a developer's perspective, we all have to be realistic. And I think Pune, to that extent, we've never seen in the last 10, 15 years, we haven't seen very steep rises and we haven't seen steep drops. So that way, I think Pune is a stable market.
So it's good time for developer and buyers both?
Look, I think from a buyer's point of view, if you're looking at buying a home, it's always the right time. Because I don't think you can time the market to the complete bottom. Right? If somebody had the guts to come out and buy a home during COVID, they were the smartest people. But how many people have the guts to actually during COVID time go out and buy a home?
Difficult.
So to actually ride the wave and to catch the market at the top or the bottom is, I think it's impossible. If you need to buy a home, it's a need, right? Find the home. Find the reputed developer who you know will deliver your project.
And what is that? When you say reputed developer, I mean, how you distinguish yourself or you differentiate yourself from others in this competitive market?
Look, I think you have to go and every customer must do their homework. Look at the track record of the developer. Are there projects which have been left incomplete? Are there projects which are delayed? Right? That's the most important thing. Because the biggest thing that affected this industry was the fact that developers left projects incomplete.
So ultimately, you're talking about credibility.
Absolutely. Are the promises delivered? Do they meet the promises? And the other aspect is, look, every home is man-made, is handmade. The mason goes and applies the plaster by hand. He puts the brick by hand. Some things are going to go wrong. Okay. You cannot, this is not a machine manufactured product, it's a handmade product. The question is this: when something goes wrong, does the developer have the reputation to come and fix it? And that you can find out by asking customers and other projects.
So, what are your challenges? Because ultimately, it's about taking ownership. When you say to fix it as per customer requirement, if something has gone wrong,
Yes.
so that you have to have guts, and
No.
you should be ready to put additional money to
Yeah.
get it corrected.
Yeah. So look, ultimately, the way we look at things, we are building our business with a multi-generational viewpoint. I'm already a third generation developer in this business from this family. My daughter is the fourth generation and she's already a part of the family business. So our outlook is multi-generational. Now, if I have to build a business which is multi-generational, I can't be penny wise and say, this problem happened and I'm not going to fix it, that problem happened and I'm not going to fix it. I can't take that view. That's a short-sighted view.
So you can't be very transactional. It has to be a very thoughtful process and with a long-term vision.
You have to have a long-term view. Look, in any case, this business is such, from the time you buy the land and get approvals, it's 1 year. Then you launch your projects, you build your project. If it's a larger project, it's 4 years. After that, RERA insists that you have a 5-year, you give a 5-year warranty. We give a 7-year warranty, right, as an optional upgrade. So for the normal customer, the journey for a developer is at least 9 years from the time you sell to the first person till the time the warranty ends. That itself is a long term.
True.
So if we don't think of this as a long-term relationship, and therefore in a long-term relationship, you will find that somewhere along the way, some will be up, some will be down. I'll tell you the other big challenge from a developer's perspective, right? You take an airline as an example. You fly in an airline and you have a bad experience, you'll go to another airline for your next ticket. When will be your next ticket? It could be next week, it could be next month. You buy a home with us, when is your next home purchase?
It takes time.
It takes a long time. What are the odds that that person will continue to buy with you? Very little. So a lot of developers say, what's the point? What's the point? Then I might as well maximize my profitability. But my own view is, I think that's the wrong way to look at it.
At what cost?
Yeah, in the long term, goodwill is built through good word of mouth, which comes from doing the right thing by your customer. It comes from doing the right thing by all stakeholders, your employees, your customers, your vendors, your contractors, your brokers, everybody.
Any inputs on eco-friendly homes or eco-friendly construction?
So we believe in that very strongly. Our latest project, we've got gold rated, and we continue to raise the bar on that. Look, I think we have a responsibility, and the moment we look at this as a long term, we look at this as a multi-generational business. You have to look into the long term and the future as far as the ecology and the environment is concerned. I'll give you a small example of something that we did. About 5 years ago, in Kharadi, we went and did 169 recharge bore wells, okay, for rainwater in the stormwater drain of the PMC. Okay. The result of this, the intent was that instead of the rainwater which goes from our terraces onto our concrete areas in our driveways to the concrete road, into the drain, into the concrete hume pipe, into the river and out from the city, can we have that same rainwater in the chambers go down into the ground to recharge the groundwater?
Through these bore wells.
Right? Through those bore wells. And we have seen in our own project and some feedback from some neighbors around us that the groundwater levels from their bore well, they manage to get water in the summer.
That's wonderful.
Right?
That's
so
wonderful.
Things like this, which go beyond your boundaries of your project, are things that one has to do. We have to think of it in that manner, because ultimately this is our planet. It's for our children and it's for our children's children. We can't continue to plunder the planet.
True.
And expect that things will go on the way they are.
Absolutely. Any specific message for people who are planning to buy homes or invest into residential commercial properties post Diwali?
I have just one advice to your viewers and to anybody thinking of buying a home. Please do your due diligence. You will save yourself so much trouble. And when I say due diligence, talk to the developer, find out how many apartments in that project have actually been sold. And if the number of apartments sold are few compared to the total project size, then don't hesitate to ask the salespeople or ask the developer, suppose you don't sell any more flats, where will the money come from? Because the bigger issue is, and this will take me 30 seconds
Not a
to say
problem.
this, but RERA has solved the problem of builders diverting money from the customer and taking it elsewhere, and they have to use it for the project. But it doesn't address the fact that what if the sales don't happen?
Construction will halt.
If construction halts, then your hard-earned money is stuck. So the due diligence which you must do is, one, check how many sales have been done, and if there's not enough sales, it's okay. But find out and ask the question. And the next thing to do is, please visit the project a few times and look at the construction activity that's happening there. A live active construction site is always buzzing. There's always activity. There's always workers, right? You can see it happening. If you don't get a sense that this is happening, okay, please look elsewhere.
It's like a restaurant with a lot of customers.
Exactly right. That's such a good analogy. I've never come up with that before, but that's awesome.
So one word solution, what Mr. Gera has said about this is, be well informed. Whatever it is, please be well informed. Thank you for speaking to Punekar News and our viewers. Thank you so much, Mr. Gera.
Thank you so much, and wish you all a very, very happy Diwali.